What is going on, guys? It is Daniel Wright, and you're here listening to another episode of Paving the Way on this hopefully beautiful Saturday morning for you. Guys, I hope your week has been great. I hope you've gotten everything accomplished that you wanted to accomplish, and I hope that your weekend is in store to be a good one. Guys, this week has been awesome for us. The big highlight of our week here at Proline was we got to take the company out for our quarter 3 outing. Yes, I know we were technically in quarter 4, but we did our quarter 3 outing this week. Took everybody out to go do some go-karting and had lunch and things like that. It was a lot of fun. It's something we've been trying to do more of this year is do these quarterly outings. We've kind of alternated them back and forth. The first one we did was like a company only, like the employees only. And then the second one we did was, people could bring their families, their spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever they had. And then this one was a company only. And then quarter 4 will be our annual Christmas party, which anybody who's been here for more than one Christmas party knows that we do a pretty good job at those. So it's been a lot of fun. We're winding down the year, as crazy it is to think about, but nonetheless, we're having fun while we're doing it and just continuing to make memories and celebrate the wins along the way. So I want to talk to you guys today. I mean, kind of on that note, a little bit about marching to your own drum, or marching to the beat of your own drum. As I'm sure you've heard people say before. And one of the things I've been really learning as our company has continued to grow and develop, and we kind of begin to create our own footprint, our own identity, our own DNA in our business, in our industry, in our community, whatever it is that we're involved with, is it's so easy to look around at everyone else and every other business and all the other people and things like that and say, well, so and so does it like this over here, so we need to. Or this company does these things, so we need to. And you just start getting caught up in trying to be like everyone and everything else. And as we've begun to establish more confidence and establish more of a reputation and a foundation for our company, it's become a lot easier to say, you know what? No, we don't have to do it like everybody else. We don't have to be like the other, pavement companies around there. We don't have to be like the other small businesses around here. We don't have to be like the other business owners around here. We can do things our own way. And I've thought about that. I've been thinking about it more and more recently as we're just, looking into next year and thinking about where we want to go, what we want to do, how we want to do it, so on and so forth. Everybody always has their opinions of what we should be doing or what we could be doing. And, I just, the more I think about it, the more I say, why do we have to do that? Why can't we do it our way? Why can't we create our own map, blaze our own trail, march to the beat of our own drum, and make something that no one else has ever really seen or done before? And I want that to be encouragement to you today for whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is you're building or you're going through, that you're sitting there second guessing yourself, saying, well, no one else does it this way, so maybe I shouldn't either. Or no one else does these things, or no one else has this. Like whatever it is that you're comparing yourself to, I just encourage you to get rid of that comparison, right? And like I said, I think back on this as to kind of like when I really started developing this sort of mentality. And aside from the company that we have now, I've always kind of been that march to the beat of my own drum sort of guy. And for family and friends that have known me for a long time, we don't need all the weird Daniel stories, in the comments or anything like that. But I will say, I mean, it's always been kind of I've just done my own thing. I've just, wanted to create my own life, make my own way and not have anybody tell me otherwise. Some people say that's why I'm set for being an entrepreneur, a business owner, because I don't take direction very well. I don't conform very well. And even as a kid, in high school and whatnot, I mean, I would spend my evenings or my afternoons, whatever it was, working. That's what I enjoyed doing. Well, everyone else was going and hanging out with their friends or going to, this event or that party or this game or sporting things, whatever it was. Like I would just say, no, I'd rather spend my time working. I want to spend my time building something and doing something to earn money and, build something I'm proud of. And a lot of people didn't get it. I had the nickname as, Dan the entrepreneur, for those of you who didn't know me back then, I went by Dan in high school, and it was like Dan the entrepreneur. Oh, he's just working again. He's, out cutting grass again. He's out doing landscaping again, whatever it is. That was the reputation I had. And it's fun because I look back on that, and do I miss sometimes of not being like everyone else? Maybe, a little bit. Do I kind of wonder what it would have been like to be involved in, sports teams, or hanging out with like the crowds, where all the parties were and the fun and things like that. Yeah, I wonder what that would have been like. But then I also look at it and say, man, like the lessons I was learning during that time, like marching to the beat of my own drum throughout those years, were completely invaluable. I mean, there's no price tag that can be put on those lessons that I was learning. So in hindsight, no, I wouldn't trade it. I mean, I wouldn't do anything different. So it just goes to show that even though you're going through times where you feel like you're maybe the only person that's doing this, or no one else is experiencing it, or no one else understands you, that's okay. That it is okay to march to the beat of your own drum. It's okay to chase your own dreams. It's okay to build the life that you dream of. Because at the end of the day, when you lay down and you go to bed at night, no one else is there to affirm whether or not you're doing something right. You sleep with yourself. You lay down on that pillow. You know if you are trying to, live a life that fulfills you and that brings you happiness and joy and purpose. And a lot of times, guys, other people aren't going to relate to it because we were all built and wired differently, and that's okay. A lot of people need to understand that, this world that we live in, that's so, just glorified of everything's perfect, everything's done in this, a certain way. You grow up, you go through school, you go to college, you get a job, you work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, with a 401k, health insurance plans, the company Christmas dinner that everybody only goes to because they're supposed to and nobody actually wants to. And that's what you do for 30 years, then you retire and die. That's the world, that's the life that we're all supposed to live, according to this glamour life that, that everybody just thinks is normal. And I think we're starting to break that trend. But like I said, guys, it's just a matter of really thinking about what brings you happiness, what brings you fulfillment, what do you really want to be known for. As we grow old and we age and we're looking back over our life. I mean, Kelsey and I were just having this conversation the other day that, we're really starting to understand when our parents or grandparents would say, the older you get, the faster time goes. And we were saying, like, man, it just seems like it is starting to just fly by. It's just going fast, and time doesn't wait for anyone. And I'll be damned if I get to the end of my life, whatever that may be, and I have to look at myself in the mirror and say, I lived my life for someone else. I lived my life, marching to the beat of someone else's drum because what their expectations were for me. That's not going to be a life of fulfillment for me or you. So take inventory of that. Take note of that. What is it that you're building this life for? Because everybody's building something. Whether you're young, you're in school right now, whether you're working your first job, whether you're established in your career, you're trying to build a business, build a family, whatever it may be that you're going through right now, we're all building our lives every day, every moment that we're in existence. We are building something. And I sure hope for your sake that it's something that you're proud of, that it's something that you feel confident in, that it's something that you want to tell other people about, that's something that you want to tell stories about as you get older. Whatever, wherever life may take you, I hope it's something that you're proud of. So for what it's worth, to whoever needs to hear it, you have my permission to march to the beat of your own drum. Not that my permission matters, but every now and then we just need to hear somebody say, hey, it's okay to do what's not normal. Because the people who've gone out and thought outside the box and set out to do things that weren't normal are the ones that have changed the world. You don't hear about the people in history who were just a normal guy or a normal girl. You hear about the people who stood out, who marched to the beat of their own drum, who created their own life, who made lives better for people around them, and took that chance and stood up on that box and said, hey, I'm going to do something different. So if that's you today and that's something that you're trying to figure out and trying to get that courage to do it, man, I encourage you to, whether you reach out to me, somebody else that you trust, and you want to have that support, because every now and then, like I said, you just need that little push, that little nudge to say, hey, you can do this. It's all right. It's okay to be different than everybody else around you. So, guys, I hope that helps somebody today who's looking to try and take that step or to have that confidence or be reassured that what they're doing is okay, according to somebody else. So, as I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday of next week. And as always, feel free to let me know if you need